Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of the live tea tasting. I'm waiting for a couple of you people to come in, and we'll get this party started. I'm going to have a really good, a really exciting one today, so I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'll have a couple people. Ah, there we go, Lisa. You're the first to arrive. Thanks for coming. I'm just starting out here. Hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. So today I'm going to do a tea tasting for Cocomint Green. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's pretty classic to me. So without further ado, I'm going to get the water started. And as usual, have my normal setup. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the flavor. Cocomint Green, of course, is a green tea. It's very interesting because it's a great. I'll put you guys down for a second. It's a great combination of green tea, chocolate with mint. So, hey Shayna, what's up? So you got it right here, Cocomint Green. I'm gonna open it up and give you my first impressions of it. Not exactly my first impressions. I've had it quite a few times before, and it's one of my favorites. I haven't been able to pick it up lately because I get so many different mixes that it's just really hard to keep up with. Maria, you made it! Yay! Okay, so ooh, that's like really strong. As soon as I opened it up, like it just wafted straight up my nose, and it was amazing. Oh, this one, classic. It's peppermint patties. I always tell everybody, and they they enjoy it a lot whenever I give out samples. Now this, since it's a green tea, I'm going to be steeping it at, Jazzy, how's it going? I'm going to be steeping it at 180 degrees. Oh yeah, this one, I'm glad that you made it up. It's going to be a 3-minute steep at 180 degrees. Since it's a green tea, you don't want to oversteep it, because otherwise you'll get that famous soapy flavor. That is nowhere near enough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a little more. I always tend to brew my tea a little bit strong. Oh, that's better. Ah, perfect. Okay, Munoz, how's it going? Alright, so... Hey, Ma! Don't tell her hi for me next chance you get. So, here's what you can see. I don't know... Okay, yeah, there we go, it's a good light. It's not a very colorful tea. I mean, it's mostly green tea. I'm glad you did, Munoz. You're gonna like this one. And right off the bat, it's like it's got a really strong, really full flavor. You don't even smell the green. It's all peppermint patty, all that chocolate and mint. It's wonderful. So it sounds like my water's almost ready. So I'm going to just check it real quick. Yep, it's all bubbly. You can see I'm already excited. Oh, there we go, it popped. So, as usual, I pre-sweeten my pot with the stevia. And, ooh, I'm excited about this one. I really am. I know I'm excited about all of my teas, but this one, it's like an old favorite. There we go. So I'm going to be steeping this for 3 minutes. What time is it now? 8:05. So about 8:08, we'll take it off. And ooh, already it's like wafty. Like you can. It's starting to make my room smell like peppermint patties. And frankly, I love it. Like if they had an air freshener that was peppermint patties, it would be. In here, I'd have no problems. Okay, so anyway, so I already talked about the green flavor, the green coloration. It's just a basic green tea. They don't add too much else to it. It's all the mixture of the chocolate and peppermint flavoring. And once it comes out, I'll tell you guys what the taste is like. It's not going to be a big surprise because the flavor is just so profound that it's not like last week's tea where I had to think about it for a while to see how to describe it. Everybody knows what a peppermint patty tastes like. Everybody knows what it smells like. So you have a pretty good idea of what to expect when you drink this one. So anyway, I'm going to pull it up right here. Now this is just the regular store brand. It's not one of my own. So I'm not able to... it's not hooked into any charities or anything like that. It's just straight up from the store. But still, it's an amazing experience. So I highly recommend it. 807. Hey Beth, how's it going? So I got one more minute for this to finish steeping, and ooh boy, I can't wait because this is always one of my favorites. Yeah, minty freshness is no joke. Like this stuff is when I first smelled it, I smelled it in the store, and it was an instant. Like I took it home. I'm like, you're coming home with me, yoink. Is Bruce there with you? Hi Bruce, just in case. So we got one more minute until this tea is done. And I'm counting down, man. You have no idea. I'm like, hee hee. Ooh, it's 8:08. Time to pull it out. Now, since this is a classic green tea, I'll show you what it looks like when it pours out. Well, just tell him I said hi. There we go. And just making sure the drops don't get too much. Okay. So, as you can see now that it's wet, all the leaves have opened up. You can see that the flavor is coming out of there. I'm going to go ahead and mix in my sweetener. There we go. That should do it. Ooh. It's got that strong flavor. I did this one just right. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and pour this puppy out. And we'll talk about the color when it pours out. You're going to have like a nice, I don't know how, yeah, that looks like it's showing pretty well. It's like a nice green on the, like a pale green on the green side rather than a yellow, which is indication of a really healthy green leaf. Whoops, and I spilled a little bit. There we go. Glad I have my little tea rag. See, that's tea rag with an R, not B. Ralph, wherever you are. That's a really smooth flavor. Like it's, you taste mostly the mint, but with the chocolate gives it a good base. So it's really even, I would say, with the peppermint slightly stronger. But this is definitely like a dessert tea. Like you can drink this. I mean, it's mildly caffeinated, so you can drink it end of the day and not have to worry much about keeping up at night. But this is like great for like an after dinner dessert kind of thing. Oh yes. See, I don't even want to stop to talk. I'm just going to town here. Now, it's the kind of tea that it's got a good enough flavor, so if it cools down, you'll still get that sweetness out of it, as opposed to other teas that after it cools down, you get kind of a bitter aftertaste, like last week's Lapsang Saochong. That it was great when it was hot, but as it was cooling down, it kind of retained the smoky flavor, but it started to remind me of like jerky, where it's like a little bit dry. You don't want to wait until that gets cold to drink, because then it would just taste stale. But this kind of tea, I would imagine would make a great iced tea. I don't normally recommend green teas for iced teas, but this one, it's a must. I'm probably going to do it one of these days. If not with this batch, then another. I'm definitely going to get another bag of it later on. This is one of my repeats that I go back every so often and pick up a new bag, because it's just that amazing. We'll take another swig. Now, I would imagine, I've never done it because it really doesn't need it, but I would imagine that if I did that in milk, if I put a little bit of milk in it, it would be out of this world. Because imagine pulling out the creaminess along with the chocolate and the mint. Oh, forget about it. I'd be in heaven. And I just found out today that I know I'm kind of late to the party. This is something that a lot of people know. What does green tea really mean? I'll tell you that in just a second. I just want to let you guys know something that excited me. I found out that you can actually steep tea in milk, in hot milk. Now, I'm sure that this has been going on for like ages, and I was researching if you could do it for a special project I'm going to talk a little bit about later. But I found out that you can steep it in hot milk, and that just got me going. I'm like, yes, this is the kind of tea that I would steep in the hot milk to bring out more of a creamy flavor. So that's going to be a project of mine as well. It's going to be, I'll do that in the near future. Yup, in milk. Now, in milk, I didn't know that either. I had to have a special reason, but they say that you have to do it with a strong flavored tea, otherwise the milk will overpower it. Which I get. If you were to have a white tea like a Silver Needle, it would probably get lost in the creaminess of the milk. But something like this, where it has the chocolate and the mint behind it, I have total faith that it'll be excellent. Now, green tea is actually the term just because of the oxidation. It's when you process a tea leaf, it's plucked off the tree green, completely green, and once you start the oxidation process, depending on how you process it, how long you process it, how deep you process it, because some of them go through more intense stages than others, you get the coloration of the actual leaf changes. So the white tea is the one that's kind of processed lightly. You still get like a black color leaf, but the tea itself comes out almost clear, depending on the actual tea itself. Green tea is within. It's in the middle of white and black, where it gets processed a little bit more than white teas, but it still retains the chlorophyll. So you get the grassy flavor to it, the more kind of salty, seaweedy, depending on how you're processing it. You get that kind of flavor. And the black tea, well, let me backpedal a little bit. Then you have like the oolong tea, which is between green and black. It's, let's say, we'll call it a dark green. It's got more of an earthy tone, but not a really strong one. And then you have the black teas, which is processed the longest or the hardest, or the deepest. Excuse me. So you get the black leaf with the more earthy, like right out of the ground kind of flavor. That's I mean, every stage has a different effect, I should say. I love that. And of course you have red tea, which comes from a different plant altogether. Those are more your rooibos and honey bushes. The plants themselves naturally produce a red tint to the water, so when you oxidize it and you brew it, you'll get more on the colorful end of the spectrum. Now, moving back to that special project that I was thinking about doing. I don't know when I'm going to do it yet, but I got this awesome idea. I'm sure a lot of you noticed that I started cooking with teas. I've done 2 already with teas. They were both rice dishes with fish of some kind. So my first one was the jasmine with the sautéed shrimp. Last week was the chai with, you're welcome, with Thai chai with the sautéed tilapia. Oh, both of those were amazing. But I think for the next one, I'm going to move a little bit away from my safety zone. And what I'm going to do is, I got such a good effect from the lapsang sao chang that I want to put that into mashed potatoes. But I had to sit down and think, if I were to make mashed potatoes and you make the tea in the water, the problem is that when you when you boil the potatoes, you leave a lot of the water out. So I got to thinking, how am I going to really infuse the lapsang sao chang into the actual potatoes? And that's when I got to thinking, well, what if I boiled the milk and steeped it in that first? Because that way it retains all of the milk without having to lose any of it. So I'm going to try it. The idea of it would be to get a smoky mashed potato with the butter, the salt, pepper, garlic, get a nice robust flavor going, and then Ani, how's it going? You get a nice robust flavor, nice and smoky, and get it all like mixed in there, and then with this, well, I wouldn't say with a side, but with the main course being something like steak, something heavy to go along with that smoky flavor. So at this point, it's just theory, but I have a good feeling about it. You guys are going to see my photographs, of course, because I can't do something like that with this without sharing with you guys, because this is something that I thoroughly enjoy, and hopefully it'll inspire you guys to go out and make something, something similar. Because I mean, if you can have an imagination for the tea, then my job is done. I want to inspire just creative thinking. So for Ani and anybody else who joined us a little bit late. I'm doing Cocomint Green, and it's hands down one of my favorites. This is a it tastes like peppermint patty. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's like the most accurate one, accurate explanation I can come up with. So you guys have any other questions to throw at me? I'm ready, willing, and able. Just gonna take another swig because I can't stop. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this to work on Monday. Hey, I got weekends off again! Hooray! Just wanted to let you guys know because my week is, my work week has been really strange as of late, but now I'm back to normal. So, opening up the floor, you guys. Ask me. Get another one of these. Oh, my glasses, they're fogging up. Oh, it absolutely is. It's just, oh my god, like I wish I could just share it through the screen. Now, herbal teas actually, an herbal tea is not a tea. The tea is the actual tea leaf coming from the tea tree. When people call it an herbal tea, it's actually an herbal blend. Now, herbal blends have a completely different set of rules because you're not dealing with the same leaf. Depending on what herbs are used, you can steep it all day and it wouldn't make a difference. Like I've had people tell me that when they make the especially with iced teas, they would put a big amount and steep it for like 8 to 10 hours. Like they would put it in the morning, go to work, come back, take a shower, then pull it out and put it in the fridge. It's amazing. Like the the herbal blends that the strength of the leaves and the herbs themselves. I highly recommend doing them as an iced tea because they're really strong. It's really hard to mess up. But of course, you have to be careful about what herbs you use because sometimes you'll get something that's not going to taste well when it's not going to taste good when it's cold. So for herbal teas, I would recommend at least something with peppermint in it. If you're going to go the route of the more earthy tone, you're going to want something to lighten it up. If you're going to go the fruit path, anything that has citrus in it, it's going to be golden. I've actually discovered, I don't know how you would describe it, like what kind of fruit it is. It's watermelon. They make this amazing watermelon iced tea. Well, I mean, you can brew it hot, but I love it when it's cold because it's like drinking the actual watermelon juice, and oh, I love it. I've actually got something similar to it. I don't know if I'm going to use that or one of my other ones, but in about 2 weeks, I'm planning on doing the iced tea, and that's gonna be very fun because you get a little bit of it's a lot different from the normal process. I'm gonna leave it to steep for about an hour, so that's gonna leave a lot of time to just talk. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'll talk about that process later. But the watermelon iced tea that they make, I actually tried a sample. It's an in-store only, but like I fell in love. It's watermelon cooler with spearmint. Sorry, spearmint, hibiscus, and rose petals. You know what? I have it right here. I'll talk a bit about it. Where is it? There we go. It's called The Alchemist's Garden. And now let me see how accurate my memory is. Watermelon cooler, spearmint, hibiscus, and rose petals. Not bad for old man brain. Yep. Old man brain. It's reliable sometimes. Alright, opening up again. You guys take the floor. Tell me what you want to know, what you want to talk about. If you got anything, just hit me. I'm going to go ahead in the meantime and pour out the rest of this because I kind of burned through it a little quickly there. And by the way, Shayna, thanks for the link. I didn't look at it yet. I saw it had something to do with food hacks, so I'll check it out after. Oh, that's delicious. I kind of wish I had some milk right about now. Because I get the feeling that'll really liven the flavor up. Ooh. So, anybody else? Nothing? Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of running low on ideas to talk about because this one isn't one of my blends, so I don't really have milk and tea. Oh, you're just getting into that milk and tea. Well, the milk. Oh, you mean milk in the tea? Yeah. The milk in the tea, that's more of a tradition where you put it in black. She's in a play. Why? Why is she asking? Oh no! You just missed her asking. I thought you said that she was asking. Yeah, I can actually answer that question. But the milk in the tea, yeah, that is more of a traditional thing from Europe. They use the milk as a creamer and a sweetener, so that kind of helps it. It's usually only good for black teas because if you were to use milk in fruit teas, it would curdle because it doesn't. The dairy and the citrus don't mix well, and I learned that the hard way. I was talking about that before with the blood orange. Ugh. It was good, but not pretty. And with green and white teas, they're normally not strong enough. This one, I believe, is, but generally, the green tea taste with milk is not going to be strong enough to actually stand out, depending on the blend, of course. Now, Shayna, what was it you said about the site uses the different uses of liquid shoe tea? I'm never gonna live that down, huh? So yeah, that sounds great. I can imagine that if you infuse that in different aspects of cooking, it's gonna be like out of this world. Which I mean, it's a really strong flavor as it is. So I can't wait to start these experiments. Now, this one's for you, Teresa. I know that you're at the play, so I'll go ahead and answer your question, and I'll let you know so that you can come back and listen to this later. But the cookie that goes with this, I would definitely do something like Oreo, where you get the cookies and cream with the mint. That would be amazing. Or if you go with my personal favorite, the Thin Mints from the Girl Scout cookies. Oh, it's one of my favorites. especially if you're doing it frozen and then you put it in the hot tea. Get a chemical reaction there. Oh, that's delicious. So, anybody else got any questions? I better not lean all the way back. Infusing the oils for cooking. I don't know, because you don't want to water down the oil, especially some oils when you put water in it when they're hot, it'll pop and sometimes it'll also catch fire. So I don't know how that would work chemically. I was trying to think of a way to reduce the tea into like a sauce. So maybe you can like do it as like a meatloaf. Oh, just using just the leaves? I don't know. I'll have to look into that, because for something like that, I know that you can do it with bay leaf. You know, your favorite long clippings in the salchichong soup. I know. And I know it pulls out all the flavor. I don't know how that would work with oil and tea leaves. Because tea leaves, they work best with osmosis. So when you like pull out the water and it basically seeps into it, I don't know what the difference would be. Let's see. What kind of dessert would I pair this with? I would actually go. I'm going to go the obvious route and say ice cream. If I were to pair this with like vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream, aside from the cookies discussion, I think that you get a good peppermint patty flavor with ice cream. That would be amazing. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, if you were to drink it, I wouldn't put the ice cream in the hot tea. That's just my personal preference. I know that I was talking about putting milk in there, but I would like to have the extremes of each. So if you were to like drink the tea and then cool your tongue down with the ice cream, that would be amazing. Now I might make a float with it. I don't know. Thin mint ice cream? It's possible. I don't know. Although I do know that they make a really great matcha ice cream. A lot of places do it. I might actually consider it, but I would have to find a cheaper matcha, because frankly, matcha on its own in the containers that I get it's expensive. So it's like $30 for a tea can like that big. I don't want to put it in ice cream. I would rather get something that is either less quality, just so I can experiment with it before I start using the expensive stuff. But of course, if I wanted to use, now that I think about it, maybe if I steeped the peppermint in cream, that's something I should look into. If I do like a peppermint ice cream and then add matcha to it, it's a possibility. See, now you can see the wheels grinding. Suggest any savory type of food with the tea? That's a little bit hard because it's such a light and sweet flavor that a savory food, I would have to say maybe a fettuccine alfredo, where it's kind of savory but not overpowering. It's still got that light flavor. Yeah, I don't know how you would incorporate a tuna fish sandwich with the thin mint, because that's just ugh. They have Good Humor has a thin mint Scouts ice cream. I want to try that. I need to actually try that now. I've never seen it, but I'm gonna be on the hunt next time. I'm like waiting for the ice cream man to drive by. Oh yeah, Alfredo sauce is one of my favorites. Shrimp. Well, I mean, if you're going to have shrimp as a main course, you usually have it paired with something anyway, like pasta, rice, maybe some lettuce, like a salad. So I would definitely be interested in featuring shrimp somehow. I just don't quite know how. Oh yeah, the Thin Mints. I can't wait. August. I'll find out in August. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to August. I'm going back to New York in August for my sister's wedding. Congratulations. But yeah, so that's. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna be flying out there from the 12th through the 21st. So that Friday, I'm probably gonna be doing my stream from home. So be prepared, Ma. You're gonna make your tea stream debut. So everybody, I'm looking at you. Everybody better tune in and say hi. And treat my mama with respect. Right? Anybody else? Got any questions? Mm. Oh, I love this stuff so much. Like, I keep looking over. I would love to take this on the road. I was actually, somebody had suggested that I go to Adagio and talk to them and see if I can like do a stream from there. I haven't talked to anybody yet, but we'll see. I don't take suitcases on flights. I mean, they charge an extra $25 to $50 per bag. I'm like, what am I, made of money? I paid enough for the actual seat. I'm not gonna take any luggage with me. Forget that. Oh, I absolutely can do it. I take bags. I take carry-ons. I see what you did there. What do you mean take a look at my phone? I'm on my phone now. What do you mean? I'm looking directly at it, quite literally. Well, I mean, that depends. I almost, I was actually making a sampler at work. Like, I had 12 different types of teas in little tea bags, so that, oh, now it came. That's for the delay, Ma. I'll take a look at it in just a second, but, I actually made about 12 of these bags, and then I sat back and I realized, I was like, this kind of looks like bags of weed, and I don't want to get stopped by the TSA just to have them open up my stuff. So I wound up leaving them behind for my manager to drink. I was like, yeah, I'm going to give these to you because I don't want to be stopped by security. Okay, I'm going to take a look. Oh, I accidentally paused it. I see it. That looks delicious. Well, it does look like weed, but it doesn't smell like weed. And, you know, being that it's in tea bags, I can say, hey, look, it's tea. You can drink it. You know, I mean, but I just don't want to, I don't want to risk it. You know, just, I'll miss my flight for nothing. Oh, anything else? Oh, my throat's getting a little bit scratchy. I don't know if you can hear the difference. I feel it. I don't know, man. I'm doing this every week, and I thought that by now my throat would be getting used to it, but I don't know, because I don't talk that much at work. Not anymore, now that they have me off phones. But yeah, I'm glad I'm using tea instead, because it's at least soothing. I think maybe next time I'll put a little bit of honey in it. No, I'm not getting sick. It's just like I'm not used to talking this much for 45 minutes, well, almost 45 minutes straight. So I'm nearing the end of my cup, and I think that that's a good indication. So I'm going to open up to you guys one more time. Well, I finish this off because this is just so good. Like, I seriously have a hard time stopping. And I'm going to bring this to work, of course. Nobody is on the stream at the moment from work. Oh, God. Well, I mean, doing it twice a week. I was considering it for a while. I still kind of am. That might either make my voice stronger, or it would just mess me up for the entire week. So, I don't know. We'll see. Doing this once a week, I think it's a pretty good thing. Well, it's only for the first couple of sips. The slurping is good. Since I'm already familiar with the flavor, I know what to expect, so I can describe it more accurately. And frankly, it's a pretty simple. Yeah, I really should add sound effects. It's a really simple taste, like everybody can relate to. Yeah, I told them all about it, and I'm very vocal, believe me. But Lisa, who was the first one to come in today, she works from home, so I won't be able to share with her. I don't know if she's still listening, but we'll see. There we go, all done. So, one last time, I'm gonna open it up and ask, see if you guys have any other questions or anything you want to talk about. I'm all down for it. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, as I always do, I'm going to add the link to my Facebook along with the comments on this video, so you guys know where you can go to pick it up. And I mean, I highly recommend it, especially if you have a sweet tooth. If you love the peppermint patties, this is good. At least I keep licking my lips because it's just like it's still there. And you're gonna definitely want to tune in next week, because I'm trying something absolutely completely new. A little preview for you guys. I put a photo of it before, but if you haven't seen it before, you'll see it now. Check it out. How awesome is this? Yeah, same bat time, same bat channel. This is, what was it called? Flower of Noto Ginseng. This, I'm going to have to do my research on, because I have no idea what to expect. I did a little bit, and, oh, excuse me. I did a little bit of research, and they were talking about, no, it's not weed. Get your mind out the gutter. I did a little bit of research, and it's really great for your blood. Anna, what's up? You came like at the very tail end. I was talking about next week's. We're doing Flower of Noto Ginseng. They're talking about how it's really good for like the blood and the circulation. I believe it. I believe it lives in the gutter. So I'm gonna do some more research next week before I actually do it, so I'll be more prepared. Because this one, I don't even know what to say about it, except that it looks like broccoli. I haven't opened it. You see, the seal is still there. I'm keeping this completely and totally a surprise. I don't know what to expect, and you'll all find out with me next week. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out. It was great talking to you guys. I always enjoy your company, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.